In the late 1990s, commerce was strictly bound by physical laws. Buying a product required traveling to a specific location during set hours. Selling one required a retailer to maintain massive inventory levels and absorb the heavy overhead of a stationary storefront. As these physical constraints pressured traditional margins, most legacy companies struggled to maintain growth. Yet one entity managed to bypass these hurdles entirely, crossing the billion-dollar revenue mark in less than 6 years. This was the arrival of the exponential organization. While traditional firms focused on incremental profit within a local market, this new model scaled at a rate that traditional retail structures could not match. The foundational architecture of this organization is a core operating principle known as a massive transformative purpose, or MTP. By analyzing this evolutionary journey, we can see how a niche online bookseller transitioned into a global digital ecosystem. Corporate survival in this era depends on engineering an ecosystem that operates beyond these physical borders. The first stage is purpose discovery. A company establishes an adaptable North Star mission. Instead of rigid rules, this purpose evolves, guiding strategic decisions. Amazon followed this path, moving beyond bookselling to a broader ambition, reshaping shopping, entertainment, and technology across diverse sectors. To sustain such a broad purpose, a company must enter the second stage, customer discovery. This requires building a foundation of market trust. Amazon identified specific, unsatisfied needs in the retail landscape. Customers wanted more convenience, a broader selection of goods, lower prices, and higher transparency than traditional stores could provide. By focusing on these specific pain points, the company established deep market relevance and gained the trust of a massive buyer base. They used high transparency, such as peer reviews and easy price comparisons, to empower customers and cement their role as a primary gateway for commerce. This deep customer trust serves as the fuel for the next stage of growth, allowing the organization to venture into radical new sectors. The third stage is the discovery of innovative business models. This phase is characterized by rapid experimentation and a willingness to disrupt established industries. A key advantage here is dematerialization. By shifting away from physical limitations, an organization can scale rapidly without the drag of tangible assets. Amazon exemplified this by moving from the delivery of physical goods to the dominance of digital sectors like cloud computing and artificial intelligence. Once a business dematerializes, it can adaptively enter complementary markets, using its digital infrastructure to launch services that would be impossible for a physical-only retailer. Organizational scale reaches its peak when a company stops moving physical atoms and begins optimizing digital systems. Rapid scaling creates internal pressure. To maintain momentum without collapsing, an organization must optimize its internal biological systems. This requires becoming a frictionless organization. The goal is to sustain growth by systematically removing internal friction. The first step is identification. The organization hunts for bottlenecks, conflicting strategies, and unclear communication channels that slow down progress. Streamlining follows. This involves removing unnecessary administrative layers and bureaucracy to ensure the organization remains agile. Finally, automation handles repetitive tasks. This ensures that the company's energy is spent on growth rather than operational hurdles. A transformative purpose provides the direction, but the frictionless engine provides the velocity needed to reach it. In this model, financial success is treated as a secondary metric, a byproduct of the company's larger mission. Within this ecosystem, profit is a tool. It is the energy used to fuel the company's massive transformative purpose. Success is driven by an alignment where the founder's personal calling is woven into the very fabric of the organization's social and economic goals. This purpose-driven identity attracts employees who want to contribute to a legacy, and it turns customers into advocates for the brand's mission. Investors and stakeholders are increasingly drawn to organizations that measure success by their positive contribution to the communities they serve. This alignment between individual purpose and collective innovation builds an organization capable of creating lasting, positive global impact.